Hi guys, welcome to Crypto 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment. And first of all, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. And I believe this year is going to be the year of abundance and everything is going to change. But before we dive into what we're going to be doing this year, because there's a lot of things I'm changing on the channel, like when we're going to be recording the breakfast show, and also when we're going to be having the chart analysis and everything. It's not going to be in the morning again. We're going to have a show where we discuss about the opening of the market, maybe around 3:30 this time, and later at night we're going to have a show where we discuss about everything regarding the news, regarding what am I going to call it, the charts, everything that has happened throughout the day. We'll now discuss that lately. But for the Bitcoin and Breakfast show, this will still continue, and this will be just to prep ourselves to see what the market will be like as the market is opening, and hence we're still going to keep the name the Breakfast Show. Alright, as you all know, I'm Ahmed Oladimeji Kazim, aka KC the Great, and you're welcome to the show again. This is the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show 2026 edition. First of all, I want to say thanks to all of you that have been supporting the channel, that have been watching the show. Either you watch it live or you watch it later. I really appreciate you guys, and I promise you guys we are going to do a whole lot more this year, so you need to get ready. So what is going on? First of all, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what we do and how we do it. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can always get notified when I come live. And if you look at the chart right now, you'll see that nothing has really happened since last year. Let me see where we had the black swan dump to 80,000. That was 2nd of November. If you look at what is going on, we've been in a ranging pattern kind of. So what do we need to do, or how are we going to handle this year, or if the bull run is over? That is what we're going to be discussing right now. But as you all know, the market just opened right now. I'm talking about New York stock market, and let me change the time frame to 30 minutes to see what's going on. So you can see we're having a range on a lower time frame here. Maybe we're going to break above this structure that is being created, and we're going to have a buy for today, but we'll talk about that shortly. All right, let's take a look at what is going on with the altcoins. If you look at altcoins, the same thing with them. They are not really doing well since last year. And even take a look at BNB. BNB went to, I think, 1,340 or 350. Yeah, this is it. About 1,380. Yeah, 1,380. But it's been dropping and it's been trading around 900 US dollar, and a lot of news has been going on. You all know about the US and Venezuela. We know about Trump and Cuba. We know about Colombia, Iran, and so on and so forth. So we know a lot of things going to be coming up this year. You know, it's a brand new year. Definitely, we cannot forget the calendar, of course, because it's a brand new year. All those things that came out last year, they will start coming out this year again. And if you look at it, we're going to be having CPI on Tuesday. CPI is coming out on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we're going to have PPI and retail sales, and on Thursday, GDP is going to come out, and unemployment claims, Empire State Manufacturing Index. And on Friday, okay, we don't have anything on Friday because the first Friday of the year is when we normally have the non-farm payroll. And you know, this coming Friday is not the first Friday of the year, so we've had like 2 Fridays, so definitely that is not in play. Okay, all right guys, let's dive into the chart and see what is really going on. And if you look at these, you see that okay, you're welcome. I can see Chop Archive and Chats. Thanks for joining, and I believe we're going to do great things this year. But let's dive right into the chart and see what we need to do with our portfolio from last year. If you look at Bitcoin actually gave us a buy around 86,000. You can see I put the green here. Why? Because we have a pullback and is now down into 0.78 Fibonacci. You can see it right there, and that is why we have this activated. And since then the market has been going up and down. But you know, normally when you have a kicker, you're supposed to leave the market. But if you look at this is like a flat candle, and when you have a flat candle, you do not need to disturb yourself. Why? Because it means the candle that is closing it is representing the flat candle to have a wick. So with BTC, if you ask me what do we need to do right now, I'll say we should still hold on to our buy. Why? Because our entry was at 86,100 or 135 thereabout, and it moved to 94. Now it's pulling back at 90k. We are still in profit if you take the trade. So I don't think we need to panic at all. When we need to start panicking is when BTC drop below 86,000, which is going to be exactly where we get into the market. So with me, I'll say you can hold on to the coin right now. Do not sell right now. Let's see how far this sluggishness will go, especially this week. Let's see how it's going. If we're going to see a rally or good momentum that will push the market up, or we're going to break below this 86,000 thereabout, and we'll know we need to get out of the market. So Bitcoin for me, it's still a buy, but remember, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research and trade with the money you can afford to lose. Also, you must understand that this chart you're seeing or this analysis I'm giving is for sports traders and investors. Investors mean people that will buy and hold for a long time. Spot trader means people that are trading sports. They do buy and sell using sports. If you're interested in derivatives, futures, and all of that, you need to join my Telegram channel, my Discord channel. I can see quite a few number of you guys joined the Discord channel, and I've not really been active on Discord, but since I can see a lot of people are joining the Discord channel compared to the Telegram community, maybe I'll start dropping signals for you guys to make sure you're getting something. So BTC is still a buy. You can hold on to that. Let's now check what is going on with Ethereum. If you take a look at ETH is not a buy. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you look at when we have the dump to 2,600 thereabout, we saw an entry at 2,715. I can remember last year, and you can see 2,715. Now the market went to about 3,004. Then we had a kicker, push us down. Then we got another entry at, let me show you here. We got another entry right here at 2,897. So the 2,897 is now being invalidated. You can see I put it in red. Red means it has been invalidated and you need to get out of the market. So with what will I call it? With ETH, I'll say please stay away from the market. And I know you'll say, okay, why is ETH not a sell but BTC is still a buy? You must know something from last year. BTC has been kind of decoupling himself from altcoins. You can see BTC created new all-time highs, dump again, created new all-time highs. Altcoins, they didn't do nada. So you need to be careful and don't just think because Bitcoin is not falling, altcoins cannot fall. So don't think like that. So ETH is a sell. Please stay away from ETH. Let's now check what is going on with Link. Link USDT is not a buy yet. From last year, you can see I draw these what's it called? I put these buying on there since last year, and you can see where that's since 10th of October. You can see since 10th of October, I've told you guys, stay away from me, is not a buy. Till now, this is 12th of January, that is November, December, January, that's 3 good months, and it's still not a buy. So I'm not saying I'll be 100% right, but with years of experience and everything I've learned in this market, I think I know a little bit more better. But mind you, it's not financial advice, it's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research. All right, let's take a look at AAVE. If you look at AAVE, the same thing, it's not a buy. What about Solana? Solana is really tanking with what Solana did last year. Who will believe we'll see Solana doing like this? But you can see I have 2 yellow lines here. Why? Why did I have yellow line? Because this yellow line was when we have a structure that we're thinking we're going to get into the market before we went on break, and you can see it actually hit our buying spot, which is $120, and the market moved nicely. It moved nicely upwards. Let me delete the since that's activated it, and now we saw an invalidation. Let me draw it nicely. You can see we saw an invalidation on the 6th of January. That was last week, and that is the reason why I'll say we should still stay away from Solana. But now here's the twist. We have what will I call it? We've got an entry activated today. But you know why I don't like you getting to an entry like this? Because the possibility of pullback is still there. So with Solana now, let's now draw out and see where the pullback could drop down to. You can see we go above that. So we'll be waiting for this to come to 0.681 Fibonacci. So we'll be looking for entry around, let me draw this there. So we'll be looking for entry around this point, around $138 to $136. That is where we'll be looking for entry for Solana. Mind you, it's a buy right now, but if you calculate the risks, buying from the top is going to be about 6%. But if you wait for it to drop down to my entry point, your risk is going to be about 1.30%. You can see the difference from 6% to 1.30%. So we're going to be taking a close eyes on Solana to see how Solana is going to move later. All right, let's move on. Let's take a look at BNB. BNB, of course, is not giving us a kind of what will I call it, red flag or green flag, because from the entry we had since last year is still a buy till now. And you can see even this is not a kicker, so we just need to wait for BNB to break maybe $800. So if you are still in BNB since last year, BNB is still a buy. You can hold on to your BNB token. Let's take a look at Litecoin, which is LTC. LTC also has invalidated here, so we don't even need to struggle or go back and be looking for the entry point or from where the movement started from since last year. It's a sell, stay away from it, and you can see the market is dumping very, very fast. Let's take a look at SUI. If you look at SUI, SUI also is not a buy. You can see the buying zone. The market hasn't dropped into the buying zone since 10th of October last year. Let's take a look at AVAX. The same thing with AVAX. AVAX is still pushing a little bit, but you can see the kicker right there, so stay away from AVAX. Let's take a look at ADA. Stay away from ADA. What about XRP? XRP, I told you guys, I am waiting for XRP to drop to what? 1.49 or 1.48 cent. And I'm going to tell you why. This is the reason why we need to wait for XRP, because this is one thing you need to understand in trading or in this meme show coin or something like that. You need to learn how to be patient. And I'll tell you, look at the movement right here. We have a breakout. The breakout wasn't solid, and you can see the market drop down. So since the market is dropping down, I'm expecting it to touch 1.49 US dollars or 1.5. That is where I think is going to be a safe place for us to get into XRP. All right, that's that regarding XRP. Let's take a look at Ton Network. If you look at Ton Network, which is a Telegram token, as we all know, Ton Network actually moves a little bit, but it has not dropped into the buying zone as well, so stay away from it. What about Instadex? Okay, let me tell you something about Instadex. Can you imagine a project that wants to overthrow Hyperliquid, and now the team, how am I going to call it? The team behind the whole project decided to quit. So I don't think I should even tell you guys anything to do with Instadex down, to just let it be. Stay away from it until they settle their differences. So stay away from Instadex. I don't even want us to analyze it or talk about it. Just stay away from it. What about Pump.Fund? Pump.Fund gave us a nice movement, but invalidation is there, so stay away from it. Under the same thing, please stay away from it. Zcash, let's see if Zcash is doing great. Zcash, on the other hand, is different, because see the structure right here. They will pull back. This was the invalidation. Then we got another entry. With Zcash, I think we should stay away from it, and I will tell you why. Look at this. Let me zoom it in for you guys to see. You can see this. That is a kicker before we saw that massive engulfing candle on a green. So since we have the kicker, we need to wait to get a structure for Zcash before we get into the market. So please stay away from Zcash, and that is what I have for you on the altcoins regarding the chart analysis. Now let's check some of the meme coins. We all know last year meme coin failed a lot of people, except one or two meme coins have outperformed some of the normal project, but a lot of the meme coins were dead. Even altcoins, you can agree with me, only Solana, XRP, BNB catches up later, almost end of the year. What again? Ethereum, yeah. Those are altcoins that I can tell you that they perform. But do you know how many altcoins we have? We have numerous of them, and they are not doing well. All right, let's leave that. Let's check what is going on with Dogecoin. And if you look at Dogecoin, you see that we had a lot of news about Dogecoin last year, which I'm not gonna lie, I was even thinking Dogecoin is going to outperform some tokens, because we saw ETF coming into it. Is the number one meme token, is the Doge father. Yeah, last year we saw the Doge department being created in United States, even though it does not relate to the meme coin, but for the fact that the name could even push something to happen in the United States, I was actually thinking this project is going to shoot up with everything, but nah, nothing actually happened, because like I told you guys, this bull run were really fueled by the ETF, which is done by the big banks, and if they are not interested in any of all these things, you're not going to see anything come out of it. So Dogecoin is not a buy as well. Please stay away from it, even though it touches the buying zone, but I don't like it when it touches the tip. So I'll just wait, let it come and touch it again. Maybe we're going to have a double bottom. It's going to dip inside, then we can look for an opportunity to buy Dogecoin back. All right, let's take a look at Shiba Inu. The same thing with Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu dropped into the buying zone and it's shooting up. Yes, I think it's a buy, but because we missed all this movement, this is during festive period and all of that, I won't advise you to get into the market now. What I'll tell you is let Dogecoin drop down to come and form a double bottom around 0.06951. Then we can look for entry as well. All right, what about Pepe? Pepe is not really doing bad. Pepe 2 is just like Dodge. All of them drop into the buying zone, and you can see the massive movement that the whole thing moved. Look at our Pepe. Pepe did from the entry level, say you get into the market right there, you would have done 88% on your portfolio, and that is huge. It's just like you having $1,000 and you're having an $880. That is good profit. Excuse me. So now let's take a look at Trump coin. We all know Trump coin was falling after the whole movement last year. So stay away from Trump token. Let's see if Millennial token, yeah, Millennial token too is not bad. And if you remember one thing last year, I told you guys I'm not going to close any millennial position I have. Why? Because we saw the nice structure forming. I knew this was a pullback and it's going to drop into this that I draw down. And you can see the way I predicted it is the way it's happening. All right, before we move ahead, let's now check what is going on with gold. Gold is insane, guys. Gold is insane. And you can see my green dot is still there. Gold is insane, and I won't lie to you, if I had recorded this in the morning, I would have told you guys to enter gold at 4,500 before it's moving up, because you can see invalidation right here, and we have a break of structure right here. So gold is a buy now. I'm not going to lie to you. If you're holding on to gold, keep holding on to your position. I don't know where the all-time high will stop, because gold just keep creating new all-time highs from 4,000, 36, 38, 4,000, 42, 44, now $4,617. That is crazy, guys. But if you're holding on to your gold position, you can hold it, you can hold on to it. It's still a buy. All right, that's what I have for you on the show this afternoon. I can't actually say this one, even though the show is the Bitcoin and Breakfast show, but it's money in United States and money in a lot of places. But right here, it's 3:30 or 3:53 p.m. where I am, but the show has to go on. So until I catch you on the proper edition of the show, I just want you guys to know what is going on regarding all this portfolio, that everything we were holding on to last year is still the same. Only some changes, especially the meme coin, they drop into the buying zone and they took off from there. But with BTC, I think BTC is still a buy. Not that I think it's still a buy. BTC is still a buy, but mind you, it's not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose and entertainment. Make sure you do your own research and trade with the money you can afford to lose. And speaking of trading, I just got a partnership deal, not actually a deal, let me just call it a sponsor, with ByBit. You understand? Last year was Blofin. Yes, last year was Blofin with the $100 challenge and all of that. Due to festive period, we stopped. We couldn't do that again. Now we have ByBit sponsoring a show that I'm going to announce later, and I still don't know the platform where we're going to start the show. But if you want to benefit from this, you just need to use my link in the description. Click on the ByBit, register, and you're going to benefit more from what is coming from that. All right, guys, my name is Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, aka KC the Great, and this is the Bitcoin and Breakfast show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you always get notified when I come alive. Also, you can follow me on Facebook, you can follow me on X, you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram as well, to get some of all these nuggets that I'll be dropping for you on this great channel, the Bitcoin and Breakfast show. Crypto Be 101, and the show is the Bitcoin and Breakfast show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. But it's officially on. 2026 race has begun, and let's see how this year is going to end for all of us. But I believe this year is going to be good, it's going to be great, and we're going to bag a lot of money this year, coupled with all what we did last year. That was fantastic. I feel like we're going to have a blast this 2026. 2026. All right, guys, until I catch you next. Remember, it's no longer a morning show. We're going to be having the Bitcoin and breakfast show in the afternoon. Then we're going to have the wrap up in the evening to discuss about whatever that is going on. And don't forget, a show is coming out sponsored by ByBit, and you do not want to miss that. All right, let me leave you with that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. From here, Happy New Year. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I hope you guys all enjoyed your holidays. And please trade well. And remember, it's not how many trades you take, but how much money you make.